YouTube family, it's your boy D. We are back with another banger. Gonna do a supreme transition on this one. You can see my boy is finna go from big body Benz. Remember how I used to be dusty? He ain't finna be dusty no more. You see it, we finna bring him back. Everything is grown out, so we're gonna get straight into it. We got a low taper, lightly enhanced with the C cups. We're gonna get rid of the beard, and let's get in it, man. What they say, let's get it. Let's go. YouTube. So we're gonna get straight into this haircut. We're gonna create our initial first guideline, which is the bald guideline with our trimmers. We're just gonna go in there and clean it up, clean up all the facial hair, and get straight into this taper. Now, this cut is really simple, but I'm gonna bless me, y'all. I'm gonna go into the details and walk you through how I do this on a regular daily basis. Everybody's process is different, and that's fine. It's all about how you learn, and then what works best for you. So we're cleaning up the facial hair, going into the details of this cut. I'm just knocking out the simple stuff first before I start really getting into the taper and start debulking some of the hair as we create this haircut. As you can see, very simple. My guy hasn't had a cut in a minute, so the best part about this is that we're about to bring him back to life. That is the best part. So as we go into this, let's go straight into the mix, and then we're gonna go into some details. I always say thank you for tuning in, like, subscribe, comment. So let's get into this haircut. We've cleaned up the facial hair. Let's go. So we've made our first guideline. Now we're gonna debulk here. So we're taking the hair down using a 1 guard, and so I'm gonna do that all the way around on the nape, on the parietal ridge, and on that crown part of his hair near the hairline. And in doing so, while we're taking this hair down, it just helps create that crispy line, crispy taper that we are looking for. If you can achieve that, if you can obtain that, and understand how that works, you will be A-okay when it comes to cutting hair. Now, this is a skill that is not, doesn't come overnight, you know. And I try to tell people that you just have to really understand that it takes time to fully, really become a detailed master barber. It takes 10,000 hours to master anything, and that's anything. So as you can see, what we did on the front, we're just doing that all the way around, and I'm combing, and then I'm going back over just to make sure that I don't miss anything. That way it just makes it easier so that I don't have to go back over something. So we just try to make sure we cross our T's and dot our I's. So as you can see, I'm just combing out, especially around where it's real super tight, those tight areas. So we're gonna create our next guideline. That's with our clipper open, and we're just gonna go in there and start from there and really just start detailing and blending this haircut. It's all about the details. If you can understand that, you will become a better barber. So with my 1 guard now, we're gonna go in there, we're gonna start cutting and detailing, knocking out the heavy weight lines, and then blending from there. It's all a system. It's a systematic system. Everybody's system is different, but for me, what I like to do is just debulk, then blend, debulk, then blend, and then pretty much lay everything into one. Once you kind of find something that works for you, you can do that with every haircut, any ethnicity, any texture of hair. Just it's about having a process and going through the steps. So as you see, I'm just getting that weight line blended out, and we are back with the clipper open, by the way. So if you pay attention, my lever movements are real quick just because I'm more of a well-seasoned barber. I've been doing this a while, but I like to teach you all and show you guys something different. So I've been dropping more detailed videos, trying to keep them short and simple, not super long, to retain the attention span. So as I'm taking this down, as I'm debulking, you're gonna see me just go through the steps, continuously combing after each stroke. That is a big portion of this. If you know how to do that, if you understand how that works, it helps create the haircut. So we're brushing after every stroke. Now I'm gonna go open on that clipper halfway and close throughout each step of the process. That for me is the key point. So as you can see behind that ear, it's a little dark. That's where we're gonna go in there, take that down, blend it in, blend it in, blend it in. So as you're blending, remember to brush after every stroke. That is the key component when creating a taper. A taper, a fade, any type of detailed blend, it is key to brush after every stroke. So like I always tell people, what we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. Same thing with the back here. What we're going to do with the nape is the correct professional term in the industry for the back of the neck. So we're going to take that down to that one. And as you can see, I'm just going back through. I'm kind of giving you guys a good visual of it because I just want to show you something different throughout my haircuts so that you get a kind of different grasp of how I go and I approach it. But you're also learning the process, the due process, which is the key component to helping you become the skilled barber, whatever it is that you want to be. So like I said, we're taking this down, we're combing after every stroke, and we're gonna blend in. We're gonna blend it in, start creating our first initial guideline and kind of go into that. So as you can see, I'm debulking now, getting all the weight out of that to create this haircut. I'm sorry, y'all. The desired haircut that my client want. And I cut his brother the couple days before. He seen his brother's cut and he's like, hey, I gotta go to him. So that just lets you know my work speaks for itself. So I do what I do. I do it with quality. Quality is the only way, in my opinion. And so, like I said, we're debulking here. We're taking it down. As you can see, that blend is already coming together. So I'm brushing after every stroke, and then I'm going up into those heavyweight lines with my one open and then a little bit of one halfway just to kind of debulk that area. And then you go back up under with it closed and you just blend. Now make sure you lay that hair back down. As you see, I keep going back around certain areas trying to hit the details to make sure that everything is well balanced and blended. That is a key component to all this. If you can get that done, if you can understand that, you will be a stand-up, astounding barber. You will never fail. You will always have good quality haircuts, but it's always about meeting your client's desired needs and want, but also doing the job to the T. So give you guys a different angle of me taking down that hairline. I just want you to kind of see how I approach it on different visuals at different angles, just to kind of see how we go about doing certain things. Combing after every stroke still, laying the hair down, making sure that we're going over it and knocking it down. It's a step-by-step process. You don't have to rush it. You just really want to make sure that you're giving out a quality, high quality level haircut, a well-balanced blend, everything coming together. That is the key component of everything that you're doing. If you do that, you will not fail. So, like I said, taking this taper down, getting it to blend, that is the key part of this haircut. I really try my best to make sure that I meet my desires, my client's desired look. Sorry, y'all, I can't talk. And so when I'm doing that, I just take my time with my haircuts. I really pursue the art of, okay, take your time, patience, get through this part, next step, get through the next step, and the next step. If you do that, you won't fail, because ultimately you're just crossing your T's again and dotting your I's. So creating that next guideline, clipper open, which we're going to start blending into that with our one guard. As you see, I brush, get all that dead hair or the hair that I cut out the way. And we're going to go into the next part, which is blending up into that next guideline that we created with our clipper. And so clipper open, fading all that out, debulking all that heavyweight hair, getting all the dark heavyweight lines out of the haircut, and then coming back down on the haircut to ensure that the hair lays down. And so you're going to do this a few more times, but the key is the details now. You're going to turn that blade sideways or kind of at an angle and kind of start detailing that blend to make sure that it balances out. It's very well blended. These are all the key parts of being a real quality level barber, but also just being aware of what you're trying to do to achieve the desired look for your client. Now, usually for me, what I like to do is I like to just go through this step, create a guideline, blend it out, detail it, go to the next phase. repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat. It's very, very repetitive with barbering, but like I always tell people, once you have it down, you can't fail. So as we're going through the process of blending out this taper, we're just going through the basics and making sure we're brushing the way the hair grows, brushing after every stroke, which is the key. You can see everything coming together. Now we're just going to take the guard off and we're going to continue blending. Tips of the teeth turned out to your torso. So we're just making sure that that blend is very detailed. And I'm going to go halfway now and fade out that bottom. And then we're going to go close and fade it all the way out and blend it all the way in, creating and knocking out that guideline to where that it is a well-balanced blended taper. As you can see a little bit closer to the parietal ridge of that hair, close to the crown. You can see where it's a little weight in there near the back of that ear. So we will knock that out too, but I'm just going to blend it in too. This is where it is key to use the tip of that blade, not the whole blade, but just the tip of it and blend it in. So I turned them to give you guys a better view. I'm still going to need to put that one on there and blend that out, but for the most part, you guys get it. So I like to use my level 3 hairspray when I'm doing all my lining. So it kind of just helps for a good hold. And then we just go through the basics of lining them up. It's a step-by-step process. You don't have to rush. Just take your time with it. Go through the motions, get it crispy, and get it done, and that's that, you know. With lining, it's just simple as just taking your time, knowing where you're lining, using the back of the blade to clean up all the dead hair or the remaining hair, and then finishing up with just a clean, crispy lineup. So when doing my linings, I like to go from the middle. I either go left or I go right. It's totally up to you what you all do. What's more comfortable for you is what I best advise. I usually go left, but you'll see me here. I'm going to go right, and I'm just going to go through the process of it. Either way you go is fine. You have to do what works for you. Because remember, the goal is to meet the client's desired look. And my boy wanted a sharp, crispy cut like his brother. So that was my initial goal, is to deliver on. I am very patient. I don't rush. I go through the motions of cutting. And, I just try to make sure that my client gets the desired haircut they want. Real quick, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you're still watching through this far, do me a favor, please like, subscribe, leave a comment for the algorithm, guys. The algorithm with YouTube, comments play a big part. If this cut is trash, leave a trash can, man. If it's fire, leave a fire. But I just need a little bit of feedback, so I need that from you all, please. So working our way through this haircut, we're going to the right side, and we're going to work our way to the point of where those vertical bars are in the kind of corner vertical point of his hair, and work our way around. This video isn't too much longer, so we're going to get straight into the details and kind of just get everything finished up and cleaned up. So we're going to create our C-cup here, and like I always tell you guys, take your time with it. Flow with the poetry of motion. So I'm using the tip of that blade, and I'm just kind of working my way around. And that kind of creates that C-cup look. So this gives you guys a better view. I'm not using the whole blade. I'm just using a portion of the blade. You can even say almost maybe probably 3/4 of the blade, or maybe less than half of the blade if you want. I'm going to go up under there and clean all that hair up without making a huger guy line in there. Bigger guy line. Huger isn't a word, sorry guys. But a bigger guy line, and then we're just going to keep detailing that C-cup out. I prefer to focus on the details to make sure that everything looks the part. So finishing up the hairline, we're going to finish up, add a couple details here, make sure that everything blends, is all in one, and then we're going to pretty much go into the next part of what this is. So after I get everything pretty much clean to the T, we're going to go in, add a little enhancements, nothing too crazy, and that'll be that. So we've done everything. We're adding a little bit of enhancements here, guys. I'm just touching it up, hitting a little detail, not too heavy on the spray, and then boom, voila, finished product. That is it. That is all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment. We got a low taper with the C cups, lightly hands, and I did my big one, man. Not the little one, but the big one. My boy was chopped. He was highly impressed, and yeah, man. Shout out to him for coming through, man. I truly appreciate y'all. Trying to teach y'all something, show y'all my skill set, and how we get down. It is your boy D. Follow me on Instagram at DRightCut. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment. Stay blessed. It's love.